Hi guys.
Hi everybody. So we're here today to make a little bit of an announcement. So as many of you all know, it's been about 10 years since you started AL on your own, out your bedroom.
Quit my job in secret to start aesthetic laundry from my bedroom 10 years.
Then many of you all know that I made a bit of a kind of like life choice, and we went from being like co-founders, full-time, together every day, to me becoming, I became a mum and came back part-time. And we're now 2 years down the line, so Heidi's essentially been running AL full-time by herself with a little bit of part-time support from me. And I think Heidi's now started to think, what decisions do I want to make for myself? And it's kind of resulted in quite a few, as you do as founders, and when you're in together all the time, you have conversations about things to do with your business, but also outside of your business. And actually, what we're here to tell you today is maybe where Heidi's going outside of AL.
Yeah, Joss, you went down to part-time, and I was like, and then it made me, I remember the day you announced that you were having a baby, I was like, oh my gosh, and really happy for you. But that night I couldn't sleep because I was like, God, I'm so far away from that. I'm not even anywhere near thinking about a child or buying a house or anything like that, because my entire life as I knew it and my bubble was aesthetic laundry, to the point where we moved house and I live like 30 seconds walk from the studio so that I can be there anytime I get an idea or anytime I need to go in to help out or something, you know, I'm there. And so my entire life has become very, my world has become quite small between my house and the studio.
Quite literally. And I think that's it. I think, hello to all the female founders out there, any founder actually, I think you will get where we're coming from. When you run a business, you just can't ever clock off. Even if you would like to, or you tell yourself you will, you think about it all the time. It wakes you up in the middle of the night and it's exciting. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
But I think especially as you realised when I went on mat leave, when you don't even have anybody to share it with, those boundaries become even more blurred because it's you, so you don't need to check in with anybody else and you'll just go. Obviously now, the way we talk about things, when we were like running it, when we were like late 20s, early 30s, we're like, woo, where are you going tonight? Where are you going for dinner? What drink are you going to have? Woo. And then that conversation has just changed, and now it's like, oh, what did my daughter do at nursery yesterday, and things like that. And actually it's meant that it's allowed a more open conversation for you to be a bit like, what do I want outside of AL?
I actually really find myself I'm craving nature, I'm craving, like we're moving house as well, we have to move house in the summer. And so I was like, oh, everything's coming, it feels like it's coming to a head, it's 10 years, we're moving house. And I feel like the world is telling me, hang on, you've done 10 years, 10 great years, and you've done really well, but is there something else that might make, you know, like even gardening or something. You were gardening, you said something about gardening the other day, and I was like, oh my God, fun to have a garden. Like I was like, actually, I really like a garden.
But I think this is it, and you make a good point with the house. Like when something like that is going to happen, where you like a lease is coming up, and you're like, do I want to like stay where I am, or do I want to move on? It kind of opens up a conversation that you might not have had otherwise. And I think, like you said, like during COVID, you moved closer to be near the studio in order to make the business work, and it did work, which is amazing. But now you're like, okay, I have this option where we don't have to stay where we are. And then it's kind of led to more conversations about, where would I like to be? Would I like a garden? Maybe I'd like to go on holiday, go abroad, do all these other things. But it does mean that you have to relinquish some of this. And in that sense, I'm very proud of you, because I know what it's like to make a decision that therefore impacts something that you poured your heart and soul into every single day, and to be able to sit here and be like, no, it is positive, it's really great, and I know how big of a decision it is, and that's why I think I'm really excited for you. So yeah, so change, guys, but in the best way. I'm really proud of you. It's out loud there, so you can't go from it.
I know, it feels really scary but exciting.
It is.
It does feel really exciting. I feel guilty for saying it almost. And there was part of me that felt a little bit, you know, there is always that part that will feel a bit like a failure.
But what I would say is, because you've touched on it, it's absolutely not a failure. You have had 10 incredible years, and if you look at where you started it and everything that we've done and everyone that you've worked with and what we've built and what we also managed to come out the other side of, at times felt I would never come out the other side of. I think we have something to be so proud of. We built something that we truly believed in. We stand by everything that we did with the business. We hope that we've given lots of you beautiful products that you wear day in, day out like we do. And there's nothing to have failed in it. It's been absolutely bloody great.
Oh,
yeah.
I do feel proud.
There we go. Very proud. big changes. It's very exciting. Anyway, thanks guys for watching.
Thank you.